Happy Tuesday. This is my take 2. I want to offer the idea of grabbing a blanket for your knees. We're going to spend a little time on hands, knees before going to standing, and then we're going to work a little bit in Warrior 2. And while we do that, I also want to mention a couple of things around negative feelings or emotions, sadness, anxiety, depression, the dumps, the crunchy, the sour pity party pants, all the things. So yesterday, it really seemed like it came out of nowhere because I was having a relatively lovely Monday. And it just, all of a sudden, I just kept feeling it coming. I'm like, wait, this isn't me. I'm okay. You know, and I kept trying to sort of avoid that. I'm like, I don't think I'm feeling that. I think that's somebody else's feelings trying to get me. And I sort of played there, and I even napped about it, which is not my easiest task. It's probably easier for me to meditate than to nap. But, yeah. But then I realized that sometimes our feelings are there, no matter how they got there, and avoiding them or running from them and certainly numbing them are not what they want, and they don't deserve that. Even the sad parts and the angry parts, you know. When we talk about our energies getting stuck and not moving, or the frustration, you know, people blow up. Usually it's because this movements or feelings come into our body subtly, and we shove them away. Shush, shush, shush. We don't have time for this, right? I don't have time to be unhappy. I don't have time to be sad. Or I just don't want to. Who wants to, you know? But sad wants to be sad sometimes. And I like so 2 parts. So the practice that we make on our mat, you know, you can come here and be sad, and you can come be happy, and you can come be confused, and you can come feel unloved and lonely. You know, all these things are safe here. And sometimes in those moments, something that I like to teach is just coming to this space, like this great big, like, hug, you know? That's why for like our work, I always try to say, you know, this, whatever happens here there's no rules between you and you. Your space, make it as you as you can. Your practice, as you as you can. That's why I like the idea of teaching, like, how to learn intuitive yoga, to learn, like, what it means to just come sit and let your body do what it needs to do. And yeah, sure, we have to learn the beginning movements and go through some safe things so we don't hurt ourselves. But for the most part, we were all born to do this. We were all born to soothe our feelings, to hear our feelings, and with the breath and the muscles to power through this, you know? And sometimes powering through something means sitting and letting it be with us, the sad or the angry or the confusion, and not rushing it away, letting it just be, you know? It's heavy, yucky stuff. And then it has its moment to do its thing. It's free to there. It's free to there. It's free to be sad. And it's, as much as it's still not fun, it goes away in a way that you can leave feeling like you've learned something or found something or healed something. And sometimes it doesn't look like anything to anyone else. Sometimes it only feels like a little bit of relief to you. And I just want to offer the idea of let that feeling of relief be the gold that you're searching for. Let it be the prize. You know? What you create between you and you on the mat is a fucking prize. It is bigger than the gold, you know? And even like yesterday when I knew I was having that time, it's funny because I also knew that if I could get to the mat, I would feel better. And I didn't even want the relief to come. I talked about this in another video where we know we're sad and we just want to stay in our sad. So we don't do the things. We turn on the music that rips our guts out a little more, or we sit and drink a bunch of wine and cry and eat ice cream. Whatever it is, that's not wrong either. But sometimes we know what can bring us relief, and we know that we don't want it. We know we're going to call the friend that's going to keep this ball going. We're not going to call the friend that says, you're going to be okay. You always get through this. It's even funny sometimes when I'm in that space and I talk to somebody and I want them to share with me like how hard I'm feeling. They're like, I know you got this. I'm like, I don't want to got this. I want to be a mess. And I want to feel like an incapable person. Because that's how it feels. But it almost is no time before I'm like, okay, well, it's just not true anymore. And I'm sad, and it is sad, and this is sad, but we're going to get through it. And we know that when we're sad, that, the flip is just so much sweeter. And yeah, the balance of it, the highs and lows, and finding it to not be so big, that's my prize. I want to be able to have like my super high without my dippy down, so down, I'm working to get my edge smoothed out enough that I can let those highs come without having to sacrifice it down here. But that means I have to honor all the spots. When it's time to be quiet, I have to let that be. And when it's time for the rest, or when it's time for alone, when it's time for still, when it's time for sleep, all the things that I like to sort of side table when the highs come, But it's just a matter of tuning, and the work that we practice on our mat is just a way to always keep that going. So I'm going to probably just share this in our self-love. That's my little blurb about feelings. I want to talk later about synchronicities and breadcrumbs, but that'll be something I share for everybody. And I just wanted to offer maybe that the ideas that I was sharing about the sadness and the feelings, in case anybody here is struggling within and around that and just wondering what that's supposed to look like. It's supposed to just look sad for a minute. Yeah. So it's about 7 minutes and 50 seconds. Let's start some yoga. We're going to have a blanket for the knees if you like, or an extra pad, an extra mat rolled up, cushion, whatever, rug, whatever works, towel. Just start at a seat. Start to take a few deep breaths in through the nose and let the breath fall out of the mouth. Let it fall out of the mouth. A few more times. Let the eyes start to feel heavy. You can look down at the floor or the mat. You can look down at your legs or your toes or your nose. And if you're completely comfortable, you can let your eyes close. And we'll just wake up the neck and spine a little before we move the rest of us. Let the hands come to the thighs. And let the spine feel long and strong. You can keep your eyes resting. But don't do anything with the arms of the head. Kind of let them be relaxed. The head sitting on the crown. The arms just making contact. But the spine strong and the base of our body nice and secure. Let's just breathe our neck up and down and left and right a few times. We'll do a little yes, no. Inhale, start to lift the head up to the sky. Don't drop it on the neck. Hold it there, and then exhale, bring it back down to the chest. Inhale, open the head up to the sky. And then exhale, down, chin to the chest. do that a couple more times. And then the next time you come back into the center, just let the spine, the head, the neck all relax in a straight space. Not straight efforty, but straight to what it feels like in your mind eye. And now we're just gonna wait for the next inhale and look to the right. Only take your head as far as it feels like it wants to go. Stay there for a second. Inhale nice and deeply, and then the next time you go to exhale, take the neck all the way to the right. The left, I'm sorry. Go all the way left. Stay there for a second. And then when you're ready, just take the inhale to the right, exhale to the left. Inhale to the right, exhale to the left. Inhale to the right, exhale to the left. Stay left. Inhale to the left, and then exhale to your right. Inhale to the left, exhale to the right. Inhale to the left, exhale to the right. One more time, take it left, and then bring it back to the right. And then let your hands come into your lap. Let your head, face, eyes, jaw, spine, body relax. You can keep the eyes resting and bring your attention to the shoulders. And the next time you take a breath in, squeeze your shoulders up to your ears like you're shrugging them or someone's giving you a great big hug and squeezing them up there. Keep them up there for a second. And then when you're ready, take a nice, big, powerful breath and make a circle with the shoulders around the back of the shoulder cap and then bring it to the front. Let the arms move if that feels good. Inhale, take the arms to the back. Exhale, bring the arms forward. And then the next time you shrug up the top, take it the opposite way. Let the arms move about as they want to. And then just let your arms relax down on your body when you're done. Bring your fingertips next to you on the mat or the floor and walk them away as much as you can so that you're still touching. Inhale, breathe your palms up about halfway, palms facing away from you, like you're trying to do a great big hug. And just keep your arms here. Inhale, reach your fingers far away. Make sure your head and jaw are still not squeezing, your tongue's not squeezing. Inhale again and see if you can just reach your arms back a little more, like you're taking in more hug. Take a nice breath in, and then when you're ready, exhale, wrap your arms around yourself. Give yourself a great big hug. See if you can grab near your shoulders or upper arms. Let the head surrender. Inhale, look up, open the arms. Bring them back open the way that you were, like you're taking in the great big hug. Gently lift the chin up to the sky. Exhale, round the arms in, round the back, round the head, the chin into the chest. Give the body a hug, surrender the back. Inhale, sit up, open the arms, take in the hug, lift the chin to the sky. Make the arms nice and wide, fingers far, far wide apart. You can even take a breath here and let the breath go and come and just hold the shape if that feels good. And then when you're ready, exhale, bring the arms. Maybe try to take the opposite arm on top this time if you can. Cross the arms, give the self a hug and surrender in. Inhale, lift the chin to the chest, open the arms wide, take in the big hug. Exhale, bring everything back in, surrender the back. curve the spine, chin to chest. Inhale, tilt the chin up, take the arms wide, give yourself a hug. And then last time, give the body a great big hug and a squeeze and surrender the back end. Carefully let the body sit back up. You can blink the eyes open. And we're just going to take our legs long in front of us just to warm up the knees and ankles before we come into standing or hands and knees. So take the legs long in front of you as straight as it feels good without straining behind the knees or the hips. Take a minute and just warm up the knees. I just like to bounce mine a little, but if you just want to do open close, that's a little more gentle. Whatever works for you to wake the kneecaps up a little. Do a little left and right each way. If you just want to bounce them, that's okay too. But do a little walk back and forth if you're not sure. And then let them come straight again. And then think to the ankles. Just take the ankles and do a little left and right like a windshield wipe. Let them go straight again. And then point the toes and flex the foot. Point the toes and flex the foot. I have socks on, but you can even start to imagine squeezing your toes, like making fists. Wake up the toes too. Our toes are super important. They got lots of stuff happening down there. Squeeze them, guys. And now we're just gonna let the body, we're gonna find our way to hands and knees. So however you can get there comfortably, take your time. Again, get a pillow or blankie for your knees if being on the knees a few minutes is uncomfortable. And then come into tabletop. For tabletop, let's take it a little wider than we normally would or what we would typically think. So a lot of people come into tabletop and they got their legs all close together. I would like you to take your legs wider than that. So maybe if you're looking down, it'd be two generous fists between your knees, and let that be about how far you want. Line the wrists up to the knees. So if you're looking from this way, it may look a little wider, but this is the tabletop I would like to start in. First, pick up the right hand and flip it, and then take a gentle breath into that wrist. Wake that space up. Pick it up, make a couple circles, and put it back down. Same thing with the left. Reverse that as much as you can. Send the breath to the wrist. Pick it up, make a couple circles, and put it back down. Let the head gently look down to the ground. Your face, eyes, jaw, all relaxed. Start to imagine the spine nice and long and strong. Take the back and round it up into cat a little, and then come back into table. Imagine like you have a great big cup of coffee on there and you don't want to spill it. Bring your attention to your index fingers and your thumbs. Those are the spaces you want to press the most when we're on hands, knees, or putting any weight for like in plank or any of the any weight on hands. Think about those two, the goalpost. Press all the finger pads. See if you can make the palm feel a little light. You would press more into the fingers and let the palms just be a little lighter. Back in the tabletop. Stay here for a breath. And when you're ready, inhale, let the palms press a little more. Look up with your head and your chin. Let the belly reach down to the ground for cow. If it doesn't go down very far the first time, just let gravity sort of pull. Press into the knees. Let the sits bones open and drop the front belly too. Maybe even do a little rock back and forth to kind of encourage the muscles, but just stay there for a second. Keep the belly nice and low into cow. Take a breath in, and then when you're ready to exhale, flip the back up into cat. Take your time, bring the chin into the chest, close the sit bones. And arch the back as high as you can. Again, not going too hard because maybe you just got here. Stay up here in the cat and maybe even lean a little forward back to stretch the spine out that way. Inhale, drop the belly, look up, lift the sit bones, come into cow. Exhale, blow it away, round the back. cat. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin, cow. Exhale, blow it away, go up into cat. Inhale, come back down into cow. Stay in cow and look over your right shoulder and look over your left. Look over your right and then look over your left. Look over your right and then look over your left. Back through the center. Exhale, blow it away up into cat. From being in cat pose, press the fingers, press the knees, press the tops of the feet, and lean a little forward back like a wave with the cat up high in cat pose. Inhale, drop the belly, come into cow. Exhale, blow it away, up into cat. Inhale, down into cow. Exhale, up into cat. Come back into tabletop. Give the wrist a second, maybe make a couple circles and let them come back down. Maybe readjust the knees a little bit if you wiggle out of place. Bring the knees now closer to hips width apart. So maybe if it was 2 big fists apart, maybe now make it 1.5. From table, let's take that right foot long behind you. Foot arc of flex pointed into the ground. And then walk the left fingers away. Maybe you just want to stay here and really stretch that space. Press the toes into the ground. Press the fingers into the ground. If that feels balanced, inhale, lift up that back right foot. Point and flex the toe. If you can't really see because of the camera. Point and flex the toes a couple times, make a couple circles. And then land it back down. Inhale, lift that foot up again. Keep pressing into these hands. Exhale, back down. Inhale, back up again. Exhale, back down. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And if that feels good, keeping the shape, inhale, keep the legs up, point the toes, stretch the toes. Find something to stare on for balance. And if you want to hold that, you can try to inhale the arm up too. See my balance go? And then hold that for a second and then bring it back into your table. Take the knees wide, bring the toes together and come back into a child's pose. Just relax a second. Come up onto all fours again and come back into that tabletop. You can start a little wider, but I think for moving in the longer space, having the knees a little closer together will give you some more stability there. So first, come to table. Nice, stable table. Take that left leg long behind you, toes pointed down into the mat, almost like I'm going to take a run. Take the right arm, walk it far, far away so I can still reach. And now press the toes, press the fingers. Inhale, gently look up. Let the breath go. Press into the hands a lot and then inhale, left foot up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale up, point the toes. Exhale, down. Inhale up. Exhale, down. Inhale up. If that feels like you're stable and you want to try to find something to balance on, you can hold the breath. And then on the next inhale, see if you can lift your right arm. The head would still be in line like your table, so gently looking at the ground, not squeezing your jaw. Hold that shape if you can. And then when you're ready, exhale, bring it back down the table. Take the knees wide, take the feet together, and come back into a little child's pose. Inhale, come back up into that table. We're going to do the table close together again so we can stretch our body parts out one more time. So now we're going to come into table. When you're ready, send that right foot back nice and long. Keep the hands where they are in front of you. And then when you're ready, inhale, lift that right foot. Press into both hands a lot. Take it all the way to the left as much as you can, and then plant it on the ground. Once that's there, look over your left shoulder to try to look back at your big toe. If you can look back or even in the general direction, even if it's just toward over your shoulder, press the hands, press the toes a lot. See if you can feel that down the side of your back and spine. All this. Inhale, lift that leg, bring it back behind you, set it back down, and then come back to table. Take the knees, come back into a little child's pose and rest. Let the wrists rest a little. Come back up into table. Send the left leg nice and long. Press into the hands a lot. Inhale that leg up nice and high. And then take it all the way to the right. Let it plant back down. And then look over your right shoulder. Even if you can't see, just look in that direction and just press the hands, press the feet, stretch out that side body. And then when you're ready, inhale, lift that leg back up. Bring it back behind you, let it back down to the ground and into your table. Take child's pose once more. Take your time and come to standing at the front of the mat. Got fuzzies all over me, I didn't even realize. So you would be at the front of your mat because of my camera angle. I might be to the side, but you get the idea. You would start at the front. Take your toes, lift the heels, press the sides of the feet, left and right. Look to your toes and take them about 2 fists apart. Heel toe, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Get your feet there. Start to stand up nice and tall. Let the spine be nice and strong. Crown and face can all relax. Arms on the body or facing away. Just come into mountain pose. Bend the knees, straighten the knees a little. Take the navel and sort of tuck it toward the back of the spine. Let the tailbone scoop a little. Take a nice deep breath in. Press the toes. Press the heel into the mat. Let's breathe our arms. Inhale, breathe them up about halfway from where the hug was. Flip them up like we're going to flip your palms to the sky. Let them be really, really, really far away on the next inhale. And exhale, close them above your head. You can keep your head and spine nice and long. Exhale, let it come all the way down to the body like angel wings. Once they get there, inhale, open them all the way back up. Keep head and spine nice and long. Exhale, back down around you. One more time, inhale, arms up. And this time, look up to the thumbs. As you inhale, see if you can imagine reaching the wrists a little higher. Exhale, bring your hands down at prayer. Inhale, send your hands way up. Exhale, let them come down beside you. We're going to do a little stepping back motion. So staying in your mountain pose, this would be the front of my mat. Bring your hands to prayer. Let that right foot be really planted into the mat and just kickstand up the left, almost like you're going to play with tree pose or a balance. Let the toes just be on the ground with the left hand. And then when you're ready, look down at the floor, the mat if you like, for balance. Inhale that left foot up and just step back so that your hips are still straight, almost like you're taking a great big walk by the step backward. Once you're here, look down to this right knee and gently bend the knee toward the pinky toe. If your bend is going way over the knee, step that left foot back just a little more. So we're going for a shape like a great big wide step, hips forward, and then the knee bent over the pinky. Even if the knee doesn't look like it's reaching to the pinky, straighten it out and restart it again. Aiming it that way will protect it from the weight falling in on your knees and stressing out the knees. Just be there for a second. Once you have this shape and you feel stable, the hips are mostly pointing forward. Bring the hands next to the body again. Bring them up over your head if you can, and then bring them down at prayer. Inhale, let them open up next to you like angel wings. Scoop up the air. Gently look up if you can, and then bring your hands down at prayer. One more time, take a big scoop up. Look up if that feels safe in your body, and then bring your hands down at prayer. And when you get your hand there the last time, just step forward back into your mountain pose. And now we'll try it for the other side. So taking a minute just to be here, back in mountain, press the left toes a lot. Let the right foot get nice and relaxed. Left foot stable. Lift that right foot and just send it back a step. You want your hips forward. If the bend here is going to give you too much bend over the knee, from there, just take that front foot and just go back a little more. You still want the hips forward. And now look to your bend again. You can straighten and bend a few times wherever you're feeling safe and comfortable. And then once you're there, once you have the shape for this side, inhale, bring your hands from your hips. Inhale, breathe them up over your head. Look up if you can. Bring your hands down at prayer. Keep in the shape. Let the hands come down the side inside your body. Look up if you can. At your angel wings. Hands down at prayer. One more time. Inhale, scoop the arms up. And then hands down at prayer. And at that last time, step forward. And one more, we're going to do the same thing. I'm just going to keep moving so you can see the sides, it's not going to change, but maybe the space will change as we stretch that spot. Want to keep the hips forward each time. So now we're going to start right foot again, deeply into the mat. Left foot is light. Inhale, step back. Hands at prayer this time. Inhale, reach my hands up high. Exhale, come down for a hug. Inhale, bring the arms forward, give the body a little hug, and then step back into your mountain pose. Let the arms come down, up around you, and back into prayer. Press the left foot deeply into the mat, let the right get light. Step back one step. Bend the knee when you're ready. Inhale, send the arms up high. This time, open the arms down around you. Scoop them back into prayer. Inhale, the arms up above you, and then open them up really big and wide. Close them in front of you. Step back up into mountain. So it's a little play on that. Start back in mountain. Right foot gets nice and steady, sturdy into the mat. Left foot light. Inhale, left foot up. Step back. You want to keep the hips forward though. We're not going to be switching into Warrior 2 for this. So this is why, for me, it takes a little bit more steadying because that ankle doesn't like to play here. But I just like to work this shape for Warrior 1 because it's the easiest way for me to practice. So here, bending toward the pinky toe. Start with a nice body, nice long and tall. Inhale, breathe the hands up at prayer. You can start with prayer in front of you if that feels good. And now we're going to send our arms away from us. So with the bend here, inhale, reach the palms and the prayer hands away. Turn the hands away from each other and then open it back up, almost like you're swimming. Let the hands rotate back open to the hug. And then inhale them up above your head, hands down at prayer. One more time. Take the hands, the prayer hands, point the fingers away. Dive out ahead, turn the palms away, swim up into it, back up into the Warrior 1-ish shape. Flip the palms, Back up above your head for prayer and hands down. Step back into your mountain pose. Left foot nice and stable, right foot light, last side. Inhale, right foot up and send it back as far as you can, keeping the legs straight. Find the bend in the left foot. Hands at prayer. Inhale, reach the palms way away. Turn the palms away, swim into that hug. Flip the palms, bring your hands at prayer above your head and down in front of your body. Inhale, send the hands away. Turn the palms away and swim into your own hug. Flip the palms.